Bathed in morning light, Bunnyburrow awakens. Endless carrot fields stretch toward the horizon, a verdant sea under an azure sky. Amidst the rows, young Judy Hopps, a tiny figure with giant dreams, practices her moves, her spirit undeterred. She kicks, leaps, and twirls with unwavering focus, each move fueled by a burning desire to defy expectations. The vastness of the fields amplifies her determination, transforming her playful training into a powerful declaration. In Bunnyburrow village, Gideon Grey, a sneering fox, looms menacingly over a trembling sheep. Gideon jabs a paw, his voice a venomous whisper, casting a shadow of fear. A beacon of courage arrives. Judy Hopps, a small bunny with unwavering, determined eyes. Judy hops into the scene, an unexpected challenge to the fox's bullying. She plants herself firmly, a tiny figure standing defiant against a towering threat. Judy's stance radiates courage, a small spark of defiance in the peaceful village. In Bunnyburrow village, Gideon's towering shadow falls over Judy, his face contorted with rage. He seizes her, a brutal hand briefly cutting off her hair. Judy gasps, fear flashing in her eyes as she struggles against his grip. Gideon releases her, a cruel, sadistic grin spreading across his face. Judy stumbles back, clutching her throat, her gaze fixed on Gideon's menacing figure. "Better luck next time," Gideon sneers, his voice dripping with malice as he watches Judy's distress. Judy sits by the train window, her eyes gleaming with excitement and a steely resolve. The train hurtles forward, a metal serpent winding its way towards the shimmering promise of Zootropolis. Outside, the landscape blurs, a fleeting montage of fields and forests. The first glimpse of Zootropolis's skyline appears, a breathtaking fusion of nature and architecture. Habitats blend seamlessly, a harmonious chaos of deserts, rainforests, and icy tundras reaching for the sky. Judy's eyes widen further, a mix of awe and determination etched on her face as she stares at her future. Sunlight floods Zootropolis City Hall, motes of dust swirling in golden rays. Mayor Lionheart, regal and imposing, dominates the podium. Judy Hopps, small yet determined, stands before Lionheart. Her eyes shine with anticipation, ready to prove herself. Lionheart booms, "Officer Hopps, welcome to the ZPD's special program. We believe you have the potential to uncover the city's largest conspiracies." Inside Zootropolis City Hall, Lionheart basks in the spotlight, posing for photos with Judy. Dawn Bellwether subtly attempts to step forward, a flicker of ambition in her eyes. Lionheart deliberately positions himself, blocking Bellwether's advance with a calculated smile. Judy remains oblivious, her cheerful demeanor a stark contrast to the underlying power dynamics. The air crackles with unspoken tension as Bellwether's eagerness is quietly suppressed. Lionheart's dominance is visually asserted, maintaining his control over the narrative. Inside Zootropolis City Hall, a long table overflows with food, a feast laid out in vibrant display. Lionheart gestures grandly, his regal bearing commanding attention amidst the lavish buffet. "Please, Officer Hopps, after you," Lionheart says, his voice booming with authority and invitation. Judy responds with polite gratitude. "Thank you, sir," her eyes scanning the overwhelming spread. Lionheart offers a personal recommendation. "Try the milky cakes. They are my favorite, he says with a smile. Inside Zootropolis City Hall, Judy politely declines milky cakes, a subtle tension in the air, a moment of weakness as Judy succumbs, devouring 2 cakes, her actions betraying unspoken anxieties. Lionheart's somber expression casts a shadow over the room, hinting at deeper concerns. The weight of leadership heavy on his shoulders, Lionheart prepares to address the situation. I apologize for Bellwether, Lionheart says, the words hanging with unspoken implications. An awkward silence fills the room, broken only by the faint sounds of the bustling city outside. Lionheart sits powerfully at his desk, casting a long shadow over Bellwether in the bustling Zootropolis City Hall. Judy stands close by, a small, almost mischievous smile hinting at the unfolding drama. Lionheart's booming voice fills the room, dismissing Bellwether. You're just an awkward little assistant. He continues, his words sharp and laced with disdain. A sheep with high ambition, Judy counters with gentle reassurance. It's okay to be weird, her eyes conveying depth and understanding. Lionheart smiles, a gesture of authority and warmth, inviting Judy closer in the grand city hall. He slides a beautifully wrapped package across the polished desk, a symbol of respect shimmering under the lights. Show Chief Bogo who's boss, Judy. Zootopia needs you, he urges, the weight of his expectations palpable. The gift, a wrapped cop hat, is pushed further, a challenge and an opportunity in vibrant colors. The air is thick with unspoken expectations as Judy considers the gift, the future of Zootopia hanging in the balance. Bellwether's warm smile radiates as Judy exits Zootropolis City Hall, the city bustling behind them. Bellwether extends a glass of carrot juice, a thoughtful gesture in the bright daylight. Judy accepts the juice, her expression lightening with relief and gratitude. Thanks, Bellwether, Judy says, a hint of weariness in her tone. She raises the glass, her eyes sparkling as she anticipates the refreshing taste. I was starting to hate that banana diet, Judy admits, her words laced with humor. At Zootropolis City Hall, the morning sun casts long shadows, highlighting Dawn Bellwether's silhouette. Dawn Bellwether laughs, but beneath the surface, a hint of something hidden flickers in her eyes. The city awakens around her, oblivious to the secrets veiled behind her seemingly innocent smile. A subtle, almost imperceptible shift in her expression suggests a hidden agenda. Judy steps into the lively ZPD police station, the air buzzing with activity and the urgent rhythm of hurried footsteps. Clawhauser greets her warmly, his voice a cheerful beacon in the bustling environment. Welcome, Officer Hops, Clawhauser smiles. Right this way. Chief Bogo's expecting you, he says, gesturing towards the imposing office. Bogo's stern gaze dominates his office as Judy stands before him, a picture of nervous anticipation. Hops, you're late, Bogo booms, his voice echoing the weight of his authority. Judy stammers, I apologize. A runaway donut truck, her ears twitching with embarrassment. Bogo dismisses her excuses. I have a case for you. A missing otter, Emmett Otterton. We need you to find him, Hops, Bogo declares, the gravity of the task clear. Inside Bogo's tidy office, sunlight streams through blinds, illuminating his stern face as he sits behind his large desk. With a heavy hoof gesture, Bogo's serious demeanor intensifies as he begins to speak. "We found the otter in the woods," Bogo states, his voice resonating with authority. Bogo's brow furrows, enhancing his imposing presence as he continues, "He was savage." Bogo leans forward, suspicion clouding his expression. "I suspect a poisonous drink turned him savage." The sunlight catches the glint in Bogo's eyes, hinting at the gravity of the savage otter case. In Bogo's office, Judy stands, ears perked, hope shining in her eyes. Bogo sits heavily, his brow a thundercloud of disapproval. Judy's voice is bright with determination. "Can I solve the case?" Bogo's reply is stern, a warning. "Stop trying to outsmart me." Tension hangs thick as Judy's eagerness meets Bogo's stern resistance. Judy exits, her ears drooping, a shadow of sadness veiling her features in the bright ZPD hallway. The harsh fluorescent lights reflect off the polished floor as she walks, each step heavy with disappointment. Her phone rings, its shrill tone cutting through the sterile silence of the corridor. Judy hesitates, her fingers hovering over the device, a mix of reluctance and curiosity in her eyes. The unanswered call hangs in the air, a silent question mark against the backdrop of her weary figure. Bellwether stands in the ZPD hallway, bright light illuminating her woolly form and casting soft shadows on the polished floor. She gestures with a clipboard, her expression earnest as she prepares to deliver critical information. "Lionheart instructed Bogo to trust you," she says, her voice echoing in the hall's sterile environment. "And let you find the missing otter," Bellwether adds, entrusting the mission to the listener. Judy's ears twitch, alert amidst the vibrant chaos of a Zootropolis street, her senses sharp and focused. Through the colorful crowd, Judy spots a familiar flash of red fur. Nick is there, pushing a stroller, disguised as a doting parent, with Finnick cleverly hidden as a baby. A sly grin spreads across Judy's face, amusement dancing in her eyes. The Fox duo heads towards a shop, unaware they are being watched. Judy is ready to approach, her playful nature about to disrupt their scheme. Amidst the vibrant chaos of Zootropolis, Judy stands with a bright smile, her eyes wide with wonder at the bustling street. She watches the salesman, her expression softening as she believes she sees a baby in their arms. Enthusiasm bubbles over as she gestures excitedly, her voice ringing out with pure delight. "Give the baby ice cream," Judy exclaims, her face glowing with warmth and innocent joy. The vibrant Zootropolis street teems with anthropomorphic animals, each immersed in their busy lives. A shifty-eyed salesman gestures wildly, his voice lost in the city's lively cacophony. Nick, a sly fox, and Finnick, a grumpy fennec fox, burst onto the scene. They swiftly load boxes of Jumbo Pop ice cream onto their tiny truck, their expressions unreadable. On a bustling Zootropolis street, Finnick hits the gas, his tiny van leaving Nick behind without a second glance. Dust and exhaust fumes swirl as the van disappears into the crowded street. Judy squints, her paw hesitating over her taser, a mix of concern and determination etched on her face. The vibrant chaos of Zootropolis swirls around them, indifferent to Nick's predicament. A silent question hangs in the air. Will Judy intervene, or will Nick face his fate alone? Sunlight glints off Zootropolis's vibrant buildings, painting the streets with energy as Nick leans against a lamppost. Nick, a sly fox with a confident swagger, engages Judy, the determined bunny cop, in a serious conversation. With a knowing smirk, Nick reveals he's on the trail of a missing otter, his eyes scanning the bustling street. He explains Captain Bogo's unexpected alliance, hinting at Nick's deep connections within the city's underworld. Judy listens intently, her gaze fixed on Nick, a mix of skepticism and curiosity flickering in her eyes. Zootropolis teems with life as Nick gestures, his face etched with frustration and a hint of defeat. Beside him, Judy's eyes glisten with unshed tears, her paw wiping away the sting of disappointment. Nick sighs, the city's noise a backdrop to his quiet lament. I only wanted enough money for a normal flat. Judy offers a comforting glance, her voice soft with empathy. I understand, Nick. The vibrant cityscape blurs behind them, a stark contrast to their shared moment of quiet despair. Amidst the bustling city, Judy smiles, her eyes reflecting a hopeful trust as she looks at Nick. A reassuring nod seals their pact, a silent agreement passing between them in the vibrant chaos. Judy gestures, inviting Nick to stand together, ready to face the lurking challenges as partners. Zootopia thrives, unaware of the bond strengthening between a bunny and a fox. Pulsating rhythms and flashing lights engulf Judy and Nick as they step into the nightclub. The air vibrates with energy, a kaleidoscope of dancers moving to the beat. Judy's eyes scan the crowd, a determined glint in their depths. Nick's senses are on high alert, his gaze sharp and observant. Narrator's voice echoes, "Yaks, a golden yak holds the key to their investigation." The quest intensifies amidst the thumping bass and glittering lights. Pulsating lights cast long shadows across the nightclub as Yax begins to speak, his expression serious against the vibrant chaos. Music throbs beneath the surface as Yax leans in, his words cutting through the noise. A driver took me to Tundra Town to visit my wife and family, Yax reveals, his voice tinged with a hint of longing. The flashing lights reflect in Yax's eyes, showing a fleeting moment of vulnerability amidst the pulsing darkness. Under a sky heavy with snow, Yax steers down a desolate, snow-covered Tundra Town road, the falling flakes painting a serene scene. Snow blankets the world in hushed silence as Yax drives, the soft glow of headlights cutting through the darkness. Inside the vehicle, Judy and Nick are passengers, their expressions a mix of anticipation and uncertainty. Yax, oblivious to the tension, gestures wildly, his enthusiasm a stark contrast to the frigid landscape. The rhythmic swish of the tires on snow is the only sound, punctuating the vast emptiness of Tundra Town at night. The falling snow creates a mesmerizing dance around the car, blurring the line between reality and dream. Yax drives into the night, taillights fading against the vast Tundra Town expanse, leaving Judy and Nick alone. The crunch of snow echoes as Judy and Nick tread forward, their silhouettes stark against the endless white. Silence descends as the last trace of Yax vanishes, the weight of their journey pressing down on them. Beneath the starlit sky, Judy and Nick's path stretches onward, an uncertain future ahead. Lionheart's office is a scene of chaos as papers fly from the desk, scattered by his furious blow. Lionheart slams his fist, the sound echoing in the tense air, a stark display of his uncontrolled anger. His face burns crimson, a mask of rage as he fixes his furious gaze upon the trembling bellwether. Bellwether cowers, her small frame shrinking under the weight of Lionheart's volcanic fury. Lionheart's voice booms, laced with command, "Clean up this mess and stay at work for the night." The order hangs heavy in the air, sealing Bellwether's fate for a long, daunting night. In his office, Lionheart stands tall, his mane perfectly groomed, a picture of regal determination in the soft glow of the desk lamp. Papers litter the expansive mahogany desk, silent witnesses to the weight of his responsibilities. As he adjusts his tie, he prepares to step out, stating with authority, "I'm heading out for a meeting nearby." Bellwether appears, her presence a subtle reminder, her words carrying a hint of caution. "Don't forget your duties, sir." Lionheart's eyes reflect a moment of contemplation. The weight of leadership hangs heavy in the air. The door bursts open with violent force, revealing Lionheart in a whirlwind of fury. Bellwether is struck by the door, her delicate frame unable to withstand the sudden impact. Papers scatter like fallen leaves as Bellwether's carefully organized world crumbles around her. Lionheart's explosive exit leaves a trail of chaos and disarray in its wake. Bellwether's stunned expression reflects the shock of Lionheart's sudden eruption. In the frigid night, Judy and Nick struggle through thick snow, their breath clouding in the icy air. A vehicle lies half buried in a snowdrift, its weak headlights cutting through the darkness. The snow glitters eerily under the pale light, whispering tales of isolation and cold. Inside the vehicle, a simple cup bears a cryptic mark, the letter B emblazoned on its side. Judy and Nick exchange a look, the silence filled with unspoken questions and growing unease. Snow blankets the land under a silent, watchful night. The wind whispers secrets through the frosted trees. Amidst the serene desolation, Judy emerges, her presence a stark contrast to the pristine snow. She holds up a small cup, its significance etched in the intensity of her gaze. The cup gleams faintly, a silent witness to a hidden plot beneath the snow-covered ground. Her voice breaks the stillness, a revelation cutting through the cold. "It's Bellwether's cup." "She orchestrated the ambush," Judy declares, the weight of betrayal heavy in the snowy air. Under the cloak of a frigid night, a gang of polar bear thugs materializes from the snowy expanse. Judy and Nick, dwarfed by their imposing escorts, are led towards the ominous lair of Mr. Big. Each step is marked by the crunch of snow, a stark rhythm against the silent, icy landscape. The biting air whips around them, a constant reminder of the unforgiving cold that grips the land. Their breath plumes out in frosty clouds, each exhale a fleeting defiance against the overwhelming chill. The looming silhouette of Mr. Big's lair grows larger, promising a confrontation in the heart of the ice. In his lair, Mr. Big sits, a caricature of power, a massive chair dwarfing the scene as smoke curls from his oversized cigarette. Judy and Nick enter the opulent space, their presence piercing the smoky haze. Mr. Big's gaze lifts, a sarcastic smile twisting his lips as he acknowledges his unexpected guests. The air crackles with unspoken tension as the unlikely trio faces off, the balance of power hanging precariously. Shadows stretch across Mr. Big's opulent lair, where Judy, a determined rabbit, confronts the imposing Arctic shrew. Beside her, Nick's sly smirk hints at the tension filling the dimly lit space. Judy's voice is firm. "Where is Manchas, Mr. Big?" A A flicker of warmth softens Mr. Big's cold eyes, a hint of fondness in the menacing air. Inside Mr. Big's opulent lair, shadows dance across the room, casting an eerie glow on displays of wealth and menace. Mr. Big gestures dramatically, his immense stature amplified by the dim light, exuding power and control. A hulking polar bear lumbers into view, its white fur a stark contrast to the dark ambience of the lair. Mr. Big points towards a hidden passage, his voice booming, "This place is dangerous. Boris, give them a ride to the jungle area." Beneath a canopy of dense jungle, Judy and Nick's car sits, dwarfed by the looming darkness. Judy and Nick cautiously emerge, their faces etched with apprehension as they approach the cave's maw. The air grows heavy with the unknown as they step closer to the jungle cave. Shadows dance wildly, distorting the familiar into the grotesque. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig amplifies their mounting fear. The entrance to the cave awaits, a silent promise of the terrors within. Flickering light dances in the jungle cave, shadows twisting like living things. Eyes strain, trying to pierce the oppressive darkness, searching for unseen dangers. From the inky blackness, a panther emerges, its eyes burning with predatory fire. The jungle air crackles with tension as the beast steps into the dim light. A chilling voice echoes through the cave, the panther's words, "I am the driver, and you must run away," the panther warns, its shadow looming large. Deep in the jungle cave, shadows dance as the panther begins to transform. A savage, panther-like beast emerges, its eyes glowing menacingly in the darkness. Judy and Nick pause, their expressions caught between shock and disbelief. Confusion clouds their features as they struggle to comprehend the creature before them. A tense silence hangs in the air, broken only by the beast's guttural growl. In the heart of the jungle, absolute darkness reigns, pierced only by a sliver of hidden moonlight. The humid air hangs heavy, still, a silent witness to the drama about to unfold. Manchas, a massive jaguar, crashes violently through the undergrowth, his hot breath misting. Judy, a small rabbit, and Nick, a sly fox, dart desperately through the trees. Their paws barely touch the muddy ground as they flee the terrifying pursuit. The jungle holds its breath. The chase is on, survival hanging in the balance. Deep in the jungle's heart, a helicopter's blades slice through the humid night, a desperate escape from unseen terrors. Judy grips the controls, her knuckles white as she navigates the dense, unforgiving darkness. Beside her, Nick scans the tree line, his eyes sharp, ever vigilant against the lurking shadows. The roar of the engine drowns out the jungle's symphony, a mechanical defiance against the wild. Below, the canopy recedes, the earth giving way to a sliver of moonlit sky, a beacon of hope in their flight. Each rotation of the blades is a victory, a step further from the clutches of Manchas's uncontrolled fury. The Zootropolis landing pad buzzes to life as Judy and Nick step into a city ablaze with light and sound. Hovercrafts hum and whir, painting streaks of light across the night sky, a symphony of urban energy. Amidst the dazzling chaos, a figure emerges with a disarming smile. Bellwether. Bellwether approaches, her expression warm, a beacon of welcome in the overwhelming cityscape. The lights of Zootropolis reflect in their eyes, a promise of adventure and mystery. Inside the secret animal base, shadows stretch long across metallic walls, the dim light adding to the mystery. Judy and Nick navigate the maze-like corridors, their expressions a mix of caution and determination. The air hangs heavy with anticipation as they follow Bellwether deeper into the hidden facility. Each step echoes in the silence, amplifying the tension as they venture further into the unknown. What secrets lie hidden within these metallic walls, and what challenges await them in the depths? In the fluorescent-lit secret base, Bellwether stands before her woolly militants, shadows dancing around them, determination etched on their faces. Bellwether, the seemingly harmless sheep, reveals her dark agenda to the gathered forces. Her voice rings out, sharp and commanding in the underground chamber. "Arrest Judy and Nick," she orders, her words dripping with cold resolve. The sheep militants stir, their eyes gleaming with a fervent, unquestioning loyalty. The trap is set. The hunt begins in the cold, metallic heart of the animal base. The secret base hums under cold lights. Militant sheep glare, suspicion sharp in their eyes as they advance into the complex. Judy and Nick are dragged deeper, their forms stark against the metallic walls, each step echoing betrayal. A knot tightens with each step, the sting of deception growing as they are inexorably pulled along. The air crackles with unspoken tension, the fluorescent lights casting long, distorted shadows that dance with every movement. In the dimness of the dark cell, Judy and Nick sit in despair, their faces etched with sadness and horror. The cold floor offers no comfort as exhaustion weighs heavily on them, their bodies slumped in defeat. A faint light from above casts long shadows, amplifying their sense of isolation and dread. Their silence speaks volumes, a shared understanding of the grim reality that surrounds them. In the dimly lit cell, the air hangs thick, shadows dancing across Nick's face as he sits hunched over, lost in the abyss of his thoughts. His eyes, dark pools reflecting past torments, stare into the distance, unseeing, yet haunted by vivid memories. A faint whisper escapes his lips, a haunting echo of past suffering. "I remember," his voice cracks with suppressed emotion as he continues, "I remember how I was bullied, framed, and thrown into a cell back then." The weight of his words fills the suffocating silence of the cell, each syllable a testament to his enduring pain. Dim light barely penetrates the dark cell, casting long, eerie shadows that dance with unspoken fears. Judy kneels beside Nick, her face etched with tender sympathy, a beacon of hope in the oppressive gloom. Her soft gaze holds a promise, a fragile vow whispered into the darkness. "I promised you, it shall be okay." The weight of her words hangs heavy in the air, a desperate plea against the encroaching despair. In the dim, Judy and Nick dig with tireless paws, dirt flying as they burrow deeper. The underground room awaits, a hidden space promising secrets and surprises. Their paws work in unison, driven by a shared determination to unearth the truth. A breakthrough! The earth gives way, revealing the entrance to the mysterious room. Dust swirls around them as they pause, catching their breath before venturing into the unknown. Eyes gleaming with anticipation, Judy and Nick prepare to step into the darkness. The underground room stinks of formaldehyde, cables littering the damp floor. Humming machines pulse with eerie light, their purpose as obscure as the shadows they cast. Vladimir, a sheep in a stained coat, fidgets nervously. His thick glasses magnify eyes filled with both fear and desperate ambition. "I've done it, boss," Vladimir stammers, his voice barely a whisper in the mechanical drone. "The night howler serum. It's working." I successfully darted the test subjects. In the dimly lit underground room, Vladimir's intense gestures cut through the heavy, menacing air. Flickering light dances across his face as he explains the horrifying transformation. "They turn into savage beasts," Vladimir declares, his voice echoing in the cavernous space, ready for Bellwether to throw them into an asylum. In the dim underground room, Judy hurls a glass grenade with deadly accuracy. The grenade shatters against the cold stone wall, a cloud of gas erupting into the confined space. Vladimir coughs violently, his face contorted in a grimace as the gas takes effect. His eyes roll back into his head, pupils dilating as consciousness slips away. Vladimir collapses heavily to the ground, his body limp and still in the thickening haze. Judy and Nick board the train, seeking escape under the cloak of night. In the shadows, Vladimir and his henchmen emerge, their eyes fixed on Judy and Nick. A swift, brutal abduction unfolds as Judy and Nick are seized. Pulled from the train, their desperate flight ends in the darkness. Vladimir shoves Judy and Nick into the truck's dark hold. The engine roars to life, a mechanical beast awakening in the night. The truck lurches, embarking on a journey into the unknown. Worried glances are exchanged in the dim light. Each passing streetlight casts long shadows, deepening the unease. A bare bulb casts long shadows across the abandoned house, illuminating a cavernous space filled with foreboding. 100 militants stand in grim silence, their armed silhouettes painting a stark picture of impending action. At the heart of the assembled forces, Bellwether stands tall, her eyes gleaming with cold determination. Bellwether surveys her troops, a silent command hanging in the air as she prepares for the coming storm. The tension in the room is palpable as Bellwether breaks the silence with a sharp, decisive order. "Prepare the guns." The militants stir, their movements precise and deadly as they heed Bellwether's command, ready to unleash chaos. Inside the abandoned house, shadows dance ominously as the night deepens, cloaking every corner in mystery. Unbeknownst to Bellwether, Judy secretly captures the unfolding drama, her camera a silent, watchful eye. The lens focuses, recording every detail of Bellwether's actions, each moment preserved in digital amber. The air hangs heavy with unspoken tension, a silent film playing out in the heart of the desolate house. Dust and decay fill the abandoned house, a silent testament to forgotten times and broken dreams. Grim-faced militants lower their weapons, the metallic clatter echoing in the stillness. Bogo strides in, his commanding presence cutting through the oppressive atmosphere. His focused gaze pierces the gloom, locking onto his target with unwavering resolve. Each step is deliberate, each movement a statement of unyielding authority. He advances towards Bellwether, a predator closing in on its prey. Sunlight streams into the courtroom, motes of dust swirling in the solemn air. Bellwether stands at the defendant's table, her face a study in crafted worry. Her eyes dart around the room, betraying a flicker of underlying calculation. She clutches the table, knuckles white as she prepares to speak. "I only wanted to save the city," she begins, her voice trembling slightly from a plan to turn citizens into savage beasts. Bellwether finishes, her gaze pleading. Bellwether stands defeated, the weight of the sentence crushing her as the judge speaks. Guards move in, their shadows looming as they prepare to escort Bellwether away. Lionheart, regal once more, his eyes shining with gratitude, approaches Judy and Nick. Lionheart smiles, relieved, approaching Judy and Nick with genuine gratitude. "Judy, Nick, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done," Lionheart says. In the courtroom, wolf mercenaries stand like statues, their faces betraying nothing as they guard Lionheart. Lionheart stands tall, an aura of controlled power emanating from him, commanding the room's attention. His gaze pierces through the silence, a confession hanging heavy in the air. "I used the serum through a double agent named Vladimir," Lionheart declares, his words echoing with calculated precision. In the hushed courtroom, Lionheart steps forward, his presence commanding attention as he prepares to unveil a shocking truth. His gaze sweeps across the stunned faces, each expression mirroring disbelief and anticipation. A weighty silence descends as Lionheart speaks, his voice resonating with grim resolve. Vladimir was instructed to frame Bellwether and manufacture night howlers instead of developing a cure, Lionheart reveals. Lionheart stands tall in the courtroom, a sinister smile playing on his lips, his eyes gleaming with dark intent. With a theatrical gesture, Lionheart reveals his horrifying transformation, his opposers turned into beasts. Fear and shock ripple through the courtroom as the transformed figures snarl and claw at their cages. The air crackles with tension, a palpable sense of dread settling over everyone present. Lionheart raises a hand, the subtle signal, sending a shiver of anticipation through the room. The beasts stir restlessly, their eyes fixated on Lionheart, awaiting his command to unleash chaos. Sunlight casts long shadows in the sterile courtroom, illuminating the impending doom. The wolves close in, a snarling pack hungry for vengeance, their eyes gleaming with malice. Judy and Nick brace themselves as the first blow lands, a sickening thud echoing in the tense air. Blow after relentless blow rains down, each strike a hammer against hope and resilience. Judy and Nick crumple, their bodies failing under the brutal assault, their fight extinguished. Silence descends as they lie unmoving on the cold floor, shadows deepening around their still forms. Judy and Nick awaken to the cold reality of the city's harshest asylum. Bars cast long shadows across the floor as they sit up, disoriented. Savage beasts snarl from within their cages, eyes gleaming menacingly. The air is thick with tension, a palpable sense of danger surrounding them. Their expressions reflect a growing dread, realizing the gravity of their situation. In a sterile, dimly lit room, Lionheart stands, the scent of disinfectant heavy in the air, a stark contrast to the despair. His face contorts, a cruel smirk replacing the mask of concern, revealing the darkness within. The room, sparsely furnished, amplifies the emptiness and isolation of its captive souls. "Here we are, my little sanctuary," Lionheart proclaims, his voice dripping with sinister satisfaction. "Each and every one of you voted against me," he sneers, reveling in his twisted triumph. "Now, you're all mad. Isn't life funny?" Lionheart laughs, the sound echoing in the cold asylum. Inside the dim asylum, Lionheart's eyes blaze with manic energy as he gestures wildly, a storm of madness brewing within. A pack of wolves surrounds him, their eyes glowing menacingly in the dim light, ready to execute his every command. Lionheart snatches a battered phone, his voice laced with desperate urgency as he barks into the receiver. "Kill them! Kill Judy and Nick!" he commands, his voice echoing through the asylum's cold corridors. He dials another number, his tone shifting as he manipulates his next target, Bogo, into his deadly scheme. "Bogo, it's me! I need you to attack Tokara. Do it now!" he orders, sealing Tokara's fate with ruthless precision. In the bustling ZPD, Chief Bogo's stern gaze sweeps over the assembled officers, his expression a mask of grim determination. The air crackles with tension as Bogo's voice booms, filling the precinct with the weight of the impending battle. Officers, their faces set with resolve, meticulously prepare their gear, a symphony of clicks and zips echoing in the hall. Each movement is precise, a silent promise to protect Judy's village, Tokara, from the encroaching darkness. The weight of responsibility hangs heavy as they gear up, ready to face the unknown dangers awaiting them. Inside the harsh asylum, a video camera captures the scene, its lens a silent observer of the grim surroundings. I unveil the camera, a distraction tactic amidst the oppressive atmosphere. The camera reveals a complete recording of the asylum, every corner exposed. The asylum's dark secrets are now captured, a visual truth revealed. The recorded moment hangs heavy, a silent testament to the asylum's haunting reality. In the asylum, dim light casts long shadows as wolves watch intently, their nervous energy palpable. Suddenly, Nick's decisive action shatters the tense quiet. A glass grenade hurtles across the room, aimed with deadly precision. The grenade bursts against the wall, unleashing a cloud of shimmering, paralyzing gas. The wolves freeze, their bodies locked, victims of Nick's calculated strike. Dust billows as Judy and Nick maneuver the abandoned jeep across the rugged terrain. The jeep rattles violently, a mechanical beast forging its path towards Tokara. Sunlight glints off the worn metal, highlighting the determination in their eyes. The horizon beckons, promising both danger and discovery in the heart of Tokara. Dust swirls as Judy and Nick race into Tokara village, the air thick with anticipation of the impending conflict. The tranquil village is on the brink of chaos, a storm about to break over its peaceful facade. A line of cops stands poised, their stern faces betraying the tension as they prepare to launch their attack. Judy's eyes dart around, assessing the imminent danger, a plan forming in her mind to avert disaster. Nick's fur bristles with alertness, ready to stand by Judy as they face the looming confrontation in Tokara. In Tokara village, Judy's phone screen casts an eerie glow, highlighting shocking evidence. The phone reveals Lionheart, the city's leader, as the true villain. Close up on Judy's face, a mix of shock and determination. The village backdrop contrasts with the digital revelation. Judy clutches the phone, the truth changing everything. In Tokara village, Sunlight bathes the scene as the cops watch the video in stunned silence. Shock and disbelief etch across their faces as they witness the unfolding events on screen. The gravity of the video's revelation hangs heavy in the air, a turning point for everyone. Bogo steps forward, his expression stern, the weight of his duty etched in every line of his face. With resolute action, Bogo moves to arrest Lionheart, the culmination of the video's damning evidence. In Tokara village, applause thunders as villagers express heartfelt gratitude. Judy and Nick are at the center of the crowd, basking in the warmth of the villagers' appreciation. Their faces reflect the joyous aftermath of heroic deeds. The air vibrates with cheers, celebrating the triumphant resolution. Sunlight floods City Hall, highlighting the polished floors and a banner celebrating Bellwether's re-election. Bellwether stands at the podium, a smug expression plastered across her face as she basks in the light. The banner proclaims, "Re-elected. Vice Mayor Bellwether," a stark declaration in the opulent hall. Polite applause echoes, yet an undercurrent of unease lingers in the air, a silent counterpoint to the celebration. The bright setting can't mask the tension simmering beneath the surface, an unspoken narrative unfolding. Inside City Hall, Judy stands tall in her police uniform, the newly elected mayor of Zootropolis. Banners proudly announce her new role, a symbol of hope and change for the diverse city. A wave of cheers erupts from the crowd, a vibrant mix of animals celebrating their leader. Judy beams, her eyes reflecting the joyous energy and the weight of her new responsibilities. In the sterile, bright forensic lab, a new chapter begins. Nick steps into the world of forensic science. The lab is filled with cutting-edge technology and meticulous tools. Determination flickers in Nick's eyes as he surveys his new domain, a fresh start under the fluorescent lights, full of potential. At City Hall, Judy approaches the podium, sunlight casting a hopeful glow as she prepares to speak. A gentle breeze stirs her hair as she stands silhouetted against fluttering banners. Sunlight glints off the microphone, symbolizing the clarity and promise of her message. A new era for the city is heralded by the vibrant banners swaying behind Judy. The crowd watches, their anticipation building as Judy prepares to address them. Judy's poised stance promises a speech of hope and change, her presence commanding. Amidst the vibrant energy of City Hall, Judy surveys the jubilant crowd, a beacon of pride and accomplishment shining in her eyes. Her searching gaze softens as she spots her parents, their faces etched with love and unwavering support. A wave of profound gratitude washes over Judy, her heart swelling with unspoken appreciation. Silently mouthing, "Thank you," she conveys the depth of her emotion, a heartfelt tribute to their enduring belief in her. Inside Judy's office, morning light bathes her face as she sits at her mayoral desk, a picture of focused determination. The sprawling cityscape of Zootropolis unfolds beneath Judy's gaze, a vibrant tapestry of life and ambition. Sunlight streams through the window, casting a warm glow that softens the sharp edges of the office. Judy's eyes reflect the city's vast potential, a silent promise of progress and unity in Zootropolis. A subtle smile plays on Judy's lips, hinting at the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead in her mayoral role. Sunlight streams into Judy's office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Nick enters, a lab coat hinting at recent experiments. His eyes meet Judy's, a spark of shared understanding passing between them. A silent acknowledgement underscores the bond between the fox and the rabbit. The lab coat seems slightly out of place on the sly fox. Judy's expression is one of knowing amusement. Sunlight floods the ZPD, illuminating dust motes as Bogo addresses his officers from a raised platform. A sea of uniformed animals listens intently, their expressions a blend of respect and anticipation. Bogo's voice booms, cutting through the silence. I want to acknowledge Officer Judy Hopps. Her bravery and leadership during the recent crisis were exemplary, he declares, his gaze sweeping over the crowd. The ZPD roars with cheers, a symphony of jubilation echoing through the bustling station. Clawhauser leads the enthusiastic ovation, his spots practically vibrating with uncontainable excitement. Each clap resonates with pride, celebrating a victory hard-earned and well-deserved. Other officers join the chorus, their faces lit with admiration. The collective applause swells, a tidal wave of appreciation. The vibrant energy pulsates, transforming the station into a beacon of triumph. Sunlight bathes the vibrant Zootopia street as Judy and Nick walk side by side. Their badges gleam, reflecting their celebrated heroism in the bustling city. A shared glance passes between them, a silent acknowledgement of their bond. The city buzzes around them, a testament to the peace they helped establish. The city street buzzes with excitement as children swarm around the heroes. Faces alight with pure admiration, they reach out with autograph books. Handmade drawings are thrust forward, a colorful testament to bravery. Their voices bubble with excitement, a chorus of gratitude echoing. The heroes stand tall, bathed in the adoration of a grateful city. Judy's apartment glows softly at night, a haven of warmth. Judy and Nick unwind, their silhouettes framed by the television's gentle light. The air is filled with quiet contentment. They munch on carrot-shaped snacks, a playful touch in their peaceful routine. A shared glance, a moment of unspoken understanding between partners. The night deepens, enveloping them in comfort and companionship. Soft lamplight spills across Judy's apartment, casting a warm glow on scattered papers and takeout containers. Judy sits opposite another figure, their faces etched with thoughtful earnestness. Judy's voice, laced with vulnerability, breaks the silence. It's not easy, is it? Trying to navigate all this. The other character responds, their words firm. No, but we knew it wouldn't be. The important thing is to remember why we started, they say, their gaze intense. Judy nods, a flicker of resolve in her eyes. Staying true to ourselves, that's all that matters. Zootropolis unfolds, a panoramic vista under the night sky. City lights twinkle like a million stars, mirroring hope. Sleek skyscrapers reflect the vibrant heart of the metropolis. Bustling streets pulse with life below, a symphony of ambition. The scene symbolizes progress, a beacon in the velvet night.